For you and for me to take a break right here on Huda TV. Stay with us because we've got a lot coming up on Take a Break.
I say that the translation has been indirectly influenced with the Israelite narrative.
We haven't faced any problems in our preparations.
You can't call it the wise Hajj. In Egypt, you have a huge amount of initiative going on in terms of developing qualifications in different parts of the system.
Reading helps you gain knowledge, but saving the net doesn't help you at all.
They are all welcome to participate in the discussion and the debate about the development of qualifications.
What types of books our children do or should read?
Join me for further discussion of Focus Point.
Huda, a light in every home.
It comes to you the truth and the attribute of the one who created you, that he's one and alone running this universe, that he doesn't become born, he doesn't die, he doesn't eat and then go to the bathroom. This is not God.
We got problems here. It doesn't make sense. Who was Jesus worshiping? Because it's recorded in the Gospels. Despite all of the other issues about the Gospels, we put those aside. We just say it's mentioned there that Jesus worshiped God.
One who protects us from hunger.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back. You're watching Ask Huda. Just a quick reminder of our telephone numbers 002238555248 or 249, or you can write to us at ask@huda.tv. We have Brother Yusuf on the line from Egypt. Assalamu alaikum, brother. You're live on Ask Huda. Your questions, please.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi. I want to ask, according to Sheikh Salah's knowledge and how the world looks today, which place is best to make hijrah to right now?
Okay. Which place is best to make hijrah?
Yeah.
Yeah, inshallah.
Okay. That's a tough one.
Okay, Sister Fairuz, she wants to know the virtues of reading Surah Kahf on the day of Friday, and she wants to know what is the best time she should recite this surah.
Many hadith were narrated in this regard. One of them is is judged as sound by Sheikh Al-Albani, may Allah have mercy on him, which reads as, whosoever recites Surah Al-Kahf on Friday, a light will shine for him until next Friday. And many other hadith with regards to the virtues of reciting Surah Al-Kahf on Friday. The recitation may begin after sunset of Thursday, because the actual Islamic day begins at the sunset of the current day. So right now, that is the beginning of the day of tomorrow, which is Monday. And it will continue until sunset of Monday. With regards to the recitation of Al-Kahf, will continue until sunset of Friday, so whether before or after the Jumu'ah. Here's a point. Some of the scholars said, well, the actual sound hadith do not specify the recitation of Surah Al-Kahf with Friday. It can be recited on any other day. In addition to other virtues where it has been proven that whoever memorizes the first 10 verses of Surah Al-Kahf or the last 10 verses of Surah Al-Kahf will be protected against the trial of the false Messiah. Wallahu a'lam.
Okay, we have Brother Muhammad from Qatar. Assalamu alaikum, brother. You're live on Ask Huda. Your questions, please.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh. I wanted to ask, seek your guidance actually. We're new immigrants to Canada and we're moving with the family.
Okay.
How to buy a car, financing, or buy a house, or to be a riba-free life, or guidance for the children. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay. That's Brother Muhammad there from Qatar. Her second question is, she wants to know the virtues of reciting Surah Maryam, and she says, is it authentic to read Surah Maryam during the labor? Because she said some sisters told her...
There's no sound hadith in this regard of reciting any verses of Surah Maryam, similar to what was said to Mary while giving birth in order to lighten the birth labor. for any other woman. So we only rely on sound reference. If there is any, we would have adopted that.
Okay, and her third question, she says, we made an investment of $50,000 and she wants to know if they have to pay the zakah on the profit or on the capital and the profit.
Okay. Whenever it is the due time annually, the lunar year, it is due to pay your zakah. You do not only consider the profit, rather you consider the capital sum and what you own of saving or investment, today's value, the retail price. So if you have stocks in the stock market, what is today's value of each? Then you sum them, in addition to savings, in addition to jewelry, in addition to anything that is used for trade. Okay? And you add them all together and you pay the zakah on the net. You do not pay the zakah only on the profit. And that is on regular basis every year.
Okay, and Brother Muhammad from Sierra Leone, he says that if you have a mushaf that is damaged or torn, that's the Quran, how do you get rid of it properly?
It is recommended to burn them based on the action of Uthman ibn Affan, may Allah be pleased with him, when he compiled the Quran and he ascribed it in 5 copies and he distributed them according to the dialect of Quraysh. Then he burned the other copies not to cause any confusion.
Okay, Sister Saima from the Kingdom, she wants to know if there's any specific dua for memory. She says she has a serious problem in memorizing duas and so forth, but she wants a specific dua to enhance her memory.
There is no specific dua, but you can phrase your own. You ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to strengthen your memory, and you can do that while praying or outside the prayer. I know for sure that one thing can strengthen our memory, which is avoiding sins. Because Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal have seen Imam al-Shafi'i, may Allah have mercy on him. Imam al-Shafi'i was amazing. He had an amazing memory. We were told that, and this is not some sort of exaggeration, that if he was reading in a book, he would have to cover one side, one page, in order to read this one, because if his eyes would fall on the other page, he would scan it and memorize it as well. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave him this magnificent power of memorizing. And many people are like that. So he said to him, I advise you not to put out this light in your heart and mind of the power of memorization by committing sins. Because sins do put out this light. And similarly, there was an incident where Imam al-Shafi'i have phrased a poetry in this regard. He complained to his teacher that once he did not have the same ability of memorizing. He said, شكوت إلى وكيع سوء حفظي فأرشدني إلى ترك المعاصي وأخبرني أن العلم نور ونور الله لا يهدى لعاصي. So when he complained to his teacher, he said, then you gotta avoid sins, because al-ilm, knowledge, is nur. And this nur of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or light, would not be granted or gifted to a person who challenges Allah with sins. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide us towards best.
Ameen. Ameen. Khadija, we answered this question, but if just for her, if you can just quickly give us a quick scan of her question. She wants to know which cupping is preferred, dry or wet cupping, and can non-Muslim do cupping on Muslims?
The actual cupping is wet, where you extract the spoiled blood. In some cases where the person is diabetic and his health condition would not allow us wet cupping, because for any injury or incision it takes a long time in order to recover, so we can apply the dry cupping. But the prescribed and what's best is the wet cupping. And to do to non-Muslims is permissible as well. It's a treatment. And to have it done on you by a non-Muslim, if he or she is professional in this regard, there is no problem as well.
Okay, Nora, she says, she's asking with regards to supplication in the prayer. She wants to know if the prostration or the sajda is the best time for supplication in the prayer. And she wants also to know if it's okay that someone could prolong and even cry in the sujood, if these actions are acceptable.
In the hadith, the Prophet ﷺ forbade us from reciting any Quran in ruku' and in sujood. And he said, with regards to ruku', فَأَمَّا الرُّكُوعَ فَعَظِّمُوا فِيهَا الرَّبِّ. Glorify and magnify Allah the Almighty in ruku'. And that's why we say, Subhan Rabbiyal Azim. Glory be to Allah, or my Lord the Great. وَأَمَّا السُّجُودِ فَأَكْثِرُوا فِيهِ مِنَ الدُّعَاءِ. And whenever it comes to prostrating yourself, then increase making dua. فَقَمِنٌ or فَقَمِنَ أَنْ يُسْتَجَابَ لِأَحَدِكُمْ, which means it is more worthy for your dua to be answered if you make it while you are in sujood. In another hadith, the Prophet ﷺ said, أَقْرَبُ مَا يَكُونُ الْعَبْدُ مِنْ رَبِّهِ وَهُوَ سَاجِدٌ فَأَكْثِرُوا مِنَ الدُّعَاءِ وَأَنْتُمْ سُجُودٌ. The closest position the servant will be in to his Lord is while he or she is prostrating themselves before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So if you know that there is a situation or a position where you're very close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then seize this opportunity by asking from Him, seeking protection from Him, with Him from whatever evil. So فَأَكْثِرُوا مِنَ الدُّعَاءِ وَأَنْتُمْ سُجُودٌ. The question have asked a very interesting question, where she said that if this is the case, so prolonging making dua in the last sajda, is it permissible? And I'm really amazed because I was not asked this question before, at least in this program. While it's a very important question, many imams who are have educated, when they come to the last sajda, they make a special performance, such as they would prolong the takbir, say Allahu Akbar. It's like a declaration, this is the last takbir. Similarly, the last sajda, they will prolong it very long. Why? It's like a farewell sajda. Remember what we said, our ibadat are tawqifiyah. We gotta follow strictly what was revealed to us, and we're not allowed to invent or suggest or guess. So, last rak'ah is like the first rak'ah, like the second rak'ah. Sajda, I mean, same, ruku', sujood. So if you're making dua in every sajda, it should be the same. What if somebody undeliberately prolonged his dua in the last sajda, or in the middle sajda, or the third? It doesn't matter. But making a point to prolong the last sajda in order to make dua and allow the followers to make dua in it more than others, that is not prescribed. And if you do it on purpose, then this is an act of innovation. Not to forget as well that there is another best time to make invocation. That is after finishing reciting at tashahhud and before making the taslim. It was the Prophet's habit and tradition to invoke Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with many invocations. Some of them was to seek refuge with Allah from 4 trials: the trial of life and death, the trial of the torment of the grave, the trial of the false Messiah. So we should ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala the same.
Okay, and her second question, she says, I can read Quran in Arabic, alhamdulillah, but she says, sometimes I want to understand whilst reading the Arabic, so I follow the translation. She says, is it okay, which one is best to do, to read the Arabic alone, or to read it and understand it by the translation beside?
I perfectly understand where the sister is coming from. Let me remind you all with one thing. Remember what we said before when Allah the Almighty ordered us in the Quran, فَإِذَا قَرَأْتَ الْقُرْآنَ فَاسْتَعِذْ بِاللَّهِ مِنَ الشَّيْطَانِ الرَّجِيمِ. Whenever we intend to recite the Quran, one should recite al-isti'adha and out loud. Should say, أَعُوذُ بِاللَّهِ مِنَ الشَّيْطَانِ الرَّجِيمِ, or أَعُوذُ بِاللَّهِ السَّمِيعِ الْعَلِيمِ مِنَ الشَّيْطَانِ الرَّجِيمِ. I seek refuge with Allah from the outcast Satan. Why? Because he is not going to leave you alone to sit down and enjoy contemplating the meaning of the word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and reciting. All your lost items and appointments and things that you need to do would pop up right away while you're reading. And the phone will start ringing, and the doorbell will keep ringing, things like that. So when you say, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم, you ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to keep him away from you. When you read the Quran, the Arabic text, you get what is prescribed of hasanat. For each letter, alif, lam, mim, 3 letters. You get 10 good deeds for each letter. That is the minimum. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Alhamdu. These are 5 letters. 50 good deeds for saying Alhamdu. Lillahi. For each letter, likewise, 10 good deeds, and so on. Then, I can increase my reward by understanding the meaning. So once I read an ayah, I look at its meaning. So I have 2 types of sittings. One sitting where I'm here to understand what this verse says. I appoint an hour or have more or less every day in order to study the meanings of the Quran, the interpretation, the tafsir. And whenever I say I'm making khatma, I'm reciting regularly, then I should recite non-stop in order to harvest all the word. And I have a pen or a pencil and a blank paper on a side. Do not write in the Quran. This ayah is very interesting and I would love to know its meaning. Okay. Verse number 25, chapter 6. Okay. Then when I finish in the tafsir session, I can look at it and I can understand its meaning and so on. But do not begin reading the Quran, then get lost in reading the English meaning and forgetting that you were supposed to read a juz or a para or half or so. You have to be very determined. And this is basically concluded from the sound hadith in which the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, Ista'in billahi wa la ta'jiz. What does it mean? Seek the help of Allah and don't be lazy. Don't be distracted. You are going to visit somebody because he or she is sick, right? So number one appointment is to visit that sick person. Then afterward, many things popped in the way. Do it later on, second, third, fourth. I was supposed to read my sabaq today or memorize Surah Tabarak. Guess what? Memorize it, then learn the meaning as much as you want or answer the phone. Don't let the shaitan interrupt you nor distract your attention while you're doing such marvelous ibadah. Wallahu a'lam.
Okay, Barakallah Fiqh, Doctor, and Jazakallah Khair for your time on the show today. We also thank all the viewers for your telephone calls. And just a quick reminder, if you have any more questions, you can always send them to ask@huda.tv. And also, you can support this program or any other program on Huda TV. Just write to us at support@huda.tv. And don't forget our website, www.huda.tv. Until next time, I leave you in Allah's care. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
If my love is attached to thee, then from sins I will be free. Each time my heart will beat, your name will resound with heat. Allah is my heart's speech, your mercy is what I beseech. Keep in my heart your remembrance, and in your deen allow me to advance. Help me in my quest, permit me to pass the ultimate test. Help me in my quest, permit me to pass the ultimate test. Help me in my quest, permit me to pass the ultimate test. Help me in my quest, permit me to pass the ultimate test.